All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He finds an opening past the 40, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A gain of 39 that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Three yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago. It's Alex Collins. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Watching that, Barney!
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st, they go right back to Collins. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Collins. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. A really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed. Up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. second down, Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
21.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And this one will be brought back to the 22. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. 3-19. Now Jackson on second down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw is Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Throwing is Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On second down, Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta. right after this timeout. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Now a give to Collins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here come the Ravens. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
Detroit!
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run with Collins. And he'll at least get them inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now it's Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Perriman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Coleman, broken tackle. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
after the interception. Here's Ryan. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Looking deep for Julio. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the Ravens taking the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Ryan, this is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The drive starts with a run by Collins, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone!
Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff for Dixon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Right back to Dixon. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And all the way down to the 35. A big-time play there for the Falcons. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
This is Coleman, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. He's got a first down and more past the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the one in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw on second down. Ryan will set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it third down and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On the give, this is Dixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Back to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Dixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They stay on the ground with Dixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? He'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for